Daisy chains and sweet champagne, and 2 days alone with you. Not too far from the city by car, or maybe we can make a more romantic trip by train to the country. It's where I want to be with you for the week.
You got it? Got those two. Here, let me grab this. Over in between, set it over in between the pressure washer. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, good morning, folks. Still got a sufficient amount of sleet on the ground. Whoops, something jumped out at us. Chuck, taking a long leap. Of course, you got to know the rooster's got to have his say. Alright, so folks, we are working on part 3 of the solar hot water panel build. T's already got a jump start on it. And is that the side we said we... No. Wait a second. We're gonna drill this side, right?
Yeah.
So leave those screws in there. It's this side that we need to take out. All right. So what we're doing, folks, is we got the manifold. Let's get that dude out of here. The manifold made, and what we got to do is drill this. Well, you know what? I was absolutely incorrect here. Look at that. So I think maybe no, it might be better just to do that. All right, so the spade bit, which is in that drill, is a 7/8, and we're gonna have to drill holes right through here and down there. I want to set this, I guess, a little close. Now this is the back of the box, but I'm just thinking it out, talking it out. So I need to mark my locations for these, but before that happens, we got a little prep work to do. So I needed to drill the holes for these, get the pipe marked, and then T needs to reassemble it because she started disassembling it so that we can get this in here. But it's short enough. I might be able to slide it in there. We got a little gap there. No, I think it's too long. I don't think I have enough room because the inside of the box is narrower than this little spot right here where the panel goes. The backboards go here because of the dado. So that's what we got to do next on this. The next step is to get the holes in it, then to reassemble it. Hello, photo bomber. Reassemble it and paint it. So T and I have got a lot of heritage homestead creation projects going on today. We're going to kind of work on several at a time because we want to maximize our production capabilities because
And we got good sun.
And we got good sun. So we got a couple of days. It's going to get up into the 60s today. It's going to be beautiful. Maybe some more of this stuff will either, like evaporate or go away. So we're gonna try and get this completed. There's a few differences in this panel than I have on that other panel over there. Over there, I had a whole bunch of flashing, and I have some flashing right there. So what I did was I bent the flashing so that it would go around the pipe. Then I could screw the flashing down to help hold it. And I thought it might, the aluminum sheet would help conduct heat into the pipe. I'm sure it does a little bit. How much, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it does. So anyway, we need to be able to mount this squarely to the back, to the inside. And that's our next step on here. Thing is, this is a one-person job because she is going to be painting it, and then it has to dry. So we're getting it apart. Got to drill the holes, get the location of the get the location of the holes in there so that it'll slide in there, and then put it back together and paint it, and probably do some caulking around the top to keep water from coming in. What are you doing in there? You going to do some welding? What are you doing? You going to do some welding?
It's like it's a box.
Oh, I also smell something. So that's one thing we're going to work on. So this video will be part 3 of it. But while we're doing that, that stack of white oak right there, we already planed it to begin with. I'm going to be setting the planer and our generator up over here to start getting a planing station. I'll take over and show you that. Because in order to get these systems together, the hot water system, it's not a lot nicer over here in the sun, so we're going to set this up. So the solar hot water panel has to go in the front of the cabin, down here right underneath, basically underneath the stovepipe there, kind of like it is here. And then we come out, you can see how we come out with the pipe and we go into the cabin. Got to do the same thing there. Before I can run any plumbing in that cabin, I have to have all the connection points in place, which means I need my sink set on the countertop. I need the pipes for the solar hot water panel run through the wall so that we have a tie-ins, and I need the hot water tank in place and the shower faucet. So all those things got to get in place before I can connect them. And that's where we're headed to with that. We also have the cedar that we've cut up into boards. We've got it staged here because we're going to go ahead and do the planing right here. It gives us a lot of room to work. We'll set the planer up here, and then a couple of tables on either side to move boards back and forth as we go through. So we got a whole lot of boards to play down to do all the trim work here. And then yesterday, T and I got another backache. I'll be right back, honey. I know you want to. Why don't you take that side off right there. Yeah, take that side off right there. Actually, no. We need to flip it over and mark it first. And then I got to measure the height on that pipe and check the wood stove on that cabin as to how high it is to try and see if I can get somewhat close to the same height in where that pipe comes through. So we got to do a measurement first there. So let me show these folks a couple other things. Yesterday, after our wonderful friend Peter headed back home, and I uploaded videos for you, and then we got ambitious. We went back over to the lot where the guy's pushing up these trees to burn and clear the lot, and we got a whole nother trailer load of cedar logs. So we got that stack over there, these, and these. You know, we're getting serious out here. And then right, Barry, he said, "Boy, you're getting serious." I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, "Wow." And we got those projects to do too. So there's some of the stuff we're working on. I know this video is going to be primarily about the solar hot water panel, but it is about our creations and all the goodies that we've got to work on. So I need to get a measurement first, and that's what we got to do. So on the solar hot water panel today, the completion of it is going to be real simple. Making sure the pipes are located properly, holes drilled so those pipes can protrude through the wood, and then get it screwed back together and then painted. We don't need the pipe in it, don't want the pipe in it to paint it, because we're going to do it with this same green here, this dark green, and then get it together. Then we'll be done with it, and that'll end the series of this solar hot water panel build. We'll still need to trim those feet at the right angle. And not that that's bright. All right, so we also have to. We got to build the decking,
so we know exactly where it's got to be.
Yeah, the decking to set it up there. So if I do the decking at the same level as the inside floor, then our measurements would work. But we'll Well, I kind of have to figure that out because this is going to be raised up and supported. So the front deck on that one, the panel sitting on it, we have to have something out there for that panel to sit on. And all of that to get everything complete. So we'll get this. We'll show you how we go along the way. I'm going to be working on this separately. And going to be a busy day. On top of that, there is a big 2x12 that I bought of some yellow pine. We've got another project coming up. We got to make a lot of high frames.
Yes.
And we got to get that done pretty soon too. Lots to do.
Yep.
And a bazillion other. Yeah. All right. So we'll be back here in a bit. All right. We're about set up. This is the easy part for today. Is getting it ready. So we got our holes marked and cut or drilled, and found out that my solder out job was actually just enough to actually fit in here without really having to take it off. My other one, I had to remove this board in order to do that, but we got it back together. We're almost ready to go. Maybe sand that down a little bit. And then get this painted inside and out. We're going to do it the dark green, and somebody's bringing along the gasoline because I'm going to be set up over here. And we'll take a quick look at this for our workstation. And side note, we'll have more than enough power to run this on solar if we want to. But because I want to kind of be independent in this and not worry, because I got four chest freezers running. We're going to do it off of the generator. So I got my table saw out here. I'm not sure. Looking at it earlier, the boards that I have out here, I'm not sure that they are sufficient to get all the pieces I need to out of it for that countertop. So I pulled a couple others. This one here and this one here. And I may have to take pieces off of these. We'll see how it goes. The thing I was really disappointed in this white oak is when I dried it in there, even with it being sticked up real nice, there was a lot of these boards that cupped real bad and bowed real bad. Didn't like that much at all. That was, oops, not too bad. You awake yet, honey? No?
Dragging.
Yeah, I'm dragging too. Alrighty, so we're set up. I'm going to be working on this, but she's going to be working on that. Real simple stuff. Lots of projects that we got going on here. A whole lot that needs to get done here in the next few weeks and few months. Things are about to get real busy. Like I said, I got to make more high frames because those girls are going to be growing. And they'll need more frames, and then we'll do splits come spring in that area where we had them. We need to level it out and get them sitting on some stone, some paper stones or something to help level them out better. That's a project that needs to be done. We still haven't painted that. That's a project that needs to be done. Oh, look, that door needs to be finished right there. That project needs to be done. All of those logs over there need to be milled down. I want those piles up there disappeared, and I want that pile of dirt disappeared.
Hey, that's my word.
Disappeared?
Yes, that's my word.
I'm sorry to steal your language from you. Disappeared. Made go a bearded dist. All right, so we got our work cut out, but we are always in creation mode. So today we'll finish that one up. I'll show you that here in a bit, and I'm gonna proceed with that. So we got multiple tasks that we're getting done. I can't wait to get in all those log piles. That's gonna be fantastic.
Some of those posts that we make are going to fix our chicken doors.
Yes, we're gonna have to. We gotta redo those posts there because they rotted down at the bottom.
Yep.
But I knew they weren't going to last but so long, so
that's okay. That's why we have cedar.
Yeah, we got cedar posts that we're making out. We got a frame to build over the mill there. We got a roof to put over a portion of our.
Go catch that mouse, Smokey.
Catch that mouse, Smokey. Yeah, we've got one in the container with all the feed there. So we got a roof to put over some firewood. Oh God, the projects that we got out here, I got to finish those, grading out all those holes that the other pigs made and leveling it off and getting that paddock seeded again, because they did a good job of killing everything in there that we did have growing. So I got to get it seeded. I got plumbing to do on, and then trim work and the windows. Oh yeah, it's going to be a busy year here at Heritage Homestead Creations at the Scott Homestead. So, all right, I've run on too long. Let's get busy because there's a lot on the list to do. All right, what is that cute little intermission video everybody's putting in there? 20 minutes later, well, or 30 minutes later, with a pile of wood chips. Y'all know we keep that. That does not get burned or disposed of. That's for the potty buckets. So it's lunchtime actually. I didn't realize we were almost at noon, and tea is almost done. Painting it. You said you already got the inside?
Yep.
Alrighty, quickie. So there we are, ready to have lunch, I think. And T is working on finishing up the paint. After that, when it's dry, we'll take a look at how we're going to try and mount. See if we can come up with some flashing. I think I got a little bit of flashing. We might be able to do something for mounting it, mounting the pipe on the inside, and then putting the glass in. Not much more to this though, but there you go. Lunchtime. All right, let's see. The next step is, and show them, you got your box painted, didn't you, baby?
Yep.
All right. The next thing is we got the box painted. We got the manifold where it's drying. We touched it up on paint and it's drying, and I don't need these on because I'm not cutting anything. So I just made a jig where I took and cut out about a 3/4 by 3/4 channel on the table saw, so that I could we could make this little clamp that I'm going to make. And this is to hold the pipe. This is to hold the pipe against the board. So T is going to do this because I'm going to go back to working on the white oak for the countertop. But what we're going to do is take a piece of this. I've got my old Alaskan chainsaw mill flat plate that I use way the heck back. Man, that video had a whole lot of views on it and a whole lot of comments. I mean, that thing was huge, and then they took down my channel. This is my first fun toys. All right, so what we're gonna do is just eyeball 90. Let me clean up this edge. T's gonna do this. I'm gonna go play with white oak. But we determined, what was it, roughly 5
inches.
5 inches. 5 inches. Close enough. It ain't got to be perfect. We're making our own clamps on this so that we can, I don't know, maybe this will conduct a little heat into the pipe and hold the pipe onto the back panel. And so a couple runs of the razor knife and boom, like that. Now she's going to cut a few of these. We'll show you how we screw them on there, get them screwed together on there, because we're going to do a backer board on the back of it to help so that we can mount and prop it up and stuff, because there's one on the others which we haven't showed you yet. But all right, so we got a scrap piece of 3/4 inch pipe, and we're going to lay that kind of centered on it. I'm going to put that little jig on there. There we go. That's what we're talking about. We're going to make our own little, let's get a bigger hammer. Ooh, rubber mallet. That works good.
Mhm.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll go through here and just kind of clean up the bends just a little bit. And now we'll have our own little clamp to hold down that pipe, so we can hold it securely against the back of the board. So that's our next step, honey. You think you can handle that?
I think so.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard, folks. People who don't do things are lazy because of excuses. This is easy. You get it done. And a couple days later, here we are back at it. We're double fisting it again with our projects, doing several things at once. We have the solar hot water panel that we're ready to finish putting together, and then we're going to jump right back over and start finishing up the countertop that we have. Check that video out, because I got something that maybe one of you might want to. Just you never know. There's goodies that can be had, but we need to finish this video up. It's going on probably longer than it should have, just for such a simple project. But you know me, I like to share learnings and details and stuff. So what we're down to is the final assembly on this, and there's just a few things that I want to share with you before, it's pretty much there. So if you look down, you see we have the manifold painted black and ready to go. We have the two holes, and I think I can do this coordinated. Yep, look at that. Right by myself, and it's snug. Well, maybe. There we go. Come on. There we go. And a little bit more. It's snug for sure. There's not a lot of gap in there. Alright. Now, looks to me to be aesthetically pleasing, fairly parallel in there. You'll notice the pipes are sitting just off, or at least the holes. I'll show them a close up in there, honey. So we got them set off at the back here, and what we're going to do is we're going to raise this just off just a little bit right here. So I've cut. Where'd they go?
Dave's behind you.
Behind me. All right. So we have these sticks right here that we've been using to stack up our boards that we've been milling. So we cut a few of them because I want to stand these off a bit. We have made, with the scrap aluminum flashing that I had, some hold downs, and these are going to go over the pipe and hold it down. And with it being metal in contact, I'm kind of thinking that it might help draw the heat in to the pipe a little bit. So we got 6 of them that have been made, and they will go 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, alternating. It's real simple. I got a tube of high heat silicone. I don't think I need this, but we did a wood stove install, or a couple of wood stove installs, the one on this cabin and one for a friend. I have a little bit left over. I'm going to use it. I don't think the high heat really is going to matter, but what I do need to do is kind of hold these sticks in place until I can get them all secured down, so I can mount this in such a way that, come on, squeeze out. Oop, that was the plug. It's a mess, icky. So I'll get a little bit of silicone on it, and it's really just to hold it in place, to keep the spacer there until I can get this laid down on there. And the driver's right here, and I'm gonna use some 1-inch screws, Tia and I bought a whole lot of these things when we were doing small woodworking projects up in Montana, and just haven't managed to use the dang things up. So we're going to use them here because that way they don't go all the way through the back. I know we wanted 2 roosters, honey, for potential mating and propagation, but I'm thinking soup. The problem is, when we're out here quiet, not saying anything, they don't say anything. When we start talking, they start crowing their heads off.
Unless they're competing with the neighbors.
Unless they're competing with the neighbors. Alright, so what I'm going to... Hello. Let's stay on there. I want to put you right there. Put that one on there. And that one on there.
Secure one side, don't you? And then lift up there before you secure that end down?
No, I'm going to put this...
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
Yep. I want it on there kind of tight.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit better than the last one because we didn't have it very tight on that other one, or something we did different, and the pipes slipped down a little bit.
I think when we redid it, we didn't quite get them in the same spot.
Yeah, it might have been it. So that's... Oh, that's not coming off.
That's
I could
not
lift the
gonna
whole
go
thing up
anything.
with it. So let me just wrap this thing up and let you know what we got left. I'm going to stagger these and put 6 on either side. And then the final thing that we have to do is lay the glass in it and caulk the outside edge of it, maybe caulk the tops, maybe even a little touch-up paint just to make it look pretty. But other than that, this thing's as simple as you can get, and it's easy to do. And if you set your thermal siphon system up in your off-grid hot water system, it works really, really well. You know, a lot of the camping products manufacturers that are out there, they sell the shower bags, which is basically a plastic bag. You fill it with water and you hang it up in the sun, and by the end of the day, it's hot and you can take yourself a quick shower on. You know, that's how well these things work. With this thing set up the way it is, I've improved my materials just a little bit by using the treated lumber. I've changed my build on it so that I have a flush face here, so that whenever I get water on it, it should go right off and sheet. I shouldn't have any problem with leakage and stuff. You know, still simple little things, and I'm sure that there's probably something else that you'll think of to improve it your way and make it a little bit better. But they are so simple, and I'm just utterly amazed sometimes why we don't have a system like this set up on every house in this country so that we're far more energy efficient in our world. It wouldn't take much to do this. I mean, you don't have to run the whole house. The whole house doesn't have to be run with copper pipe. You could just use copper pipe, or you could use aluminum pipe or something like that. There's other materials that you can use. Copper happens to be relatively available and easy to work with. So, you know, I don't know if I'd use plastic because it can get pretty hot, but as long as there's water in it, it should never ever get above boiling temperature, which is, you know, 212. So that's all we got on this. I'm not going to finish putting the glass on it yet, simply because it probably is going to be about 2-3 weeks maybe before I get a chance to set the panel in the right place. I've got to put a deck up in there, and it's just a whole lot easier to handle this separate, with the glass separate and the weight. So we're just going to set it aside for now until we're ready to do the final connection of all the plumbing in the lower cabin. So hope you enjoyed. Got any questions, please leave them down in the description. And that's it. It's a simple build. Hope you have fun with yours. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't.